I really like the way that Colonel Brandon Teague put it for your forward for Keep On Leading. So do you have a copy of that close to you? I think this basically sums up what we're going to be talking about the rest of the podcast.
So Brandon Teague, by the way, was my boss. He was my first commander in Afghanistan. And this guy earned a Silver Star while we were over there, which is the third highest award for valor. So it's the Medal of Honor, Distinguished Service Cross, and Silver Star. Amazing dude, and truly phenomenal leader, which it makes sense here. So he says, being a leader is one of the most professionally rewarding things that a person can do in business or the military, but it can also be one of the most frustrating if gone about in a way that is detrimental to the organization. I have been a professional leader for almost 30 years in the U.S. military and have been in numerous situations that call for a brand of leadership that most read about in history books. When lives are on the line, you must be the best version of yourself, as the consequences for failure are potentially catastrophic. Being a leader is all about taking care of those that are in your charge, whether that is in the military, business, school, teacher, first responders, or just your family. We all have an obligation to be a leader at some point in our lives. The one thing that has always brought me through the hardest of leadership situations is knowing that I'm being counted on by those around me to take care of them. We owe our subordinates nothing else. Being a leader is by no means easy. It takes a certain dedication to being better than others, both in your professional and in your personal life, as they all intertwine and will set the stage for success for you, your subordinates, and your organization. In this book, Louis takes you through many different scenarios, both during his time in the military and in business, and gives you simple ideas and techniques to become the best version of leader you can be. Some of these thoughts and techniques sound simple in principle, but are extremely difficult in execution. Being a leader is sometimes knowing when to be a follower and letting the situation dictate what is needed. Everyone has a choice when it comes to leadership. You can be the leader that counsels your subordinates and displays what right looks like through your actions and not your words, or you can lead by fear. One style will motivate those around you to step up and do what's right, and the other will have your subordinates doing what is required just to get by. No organization has ever achieved full success when the leader uses fear as a motivator. There are numerous cases throughout history that we can turn to that confirm this. Subordinates just respond better when they're motivated by the leader in the organization. I've many times been asked why I've followed a certain leader that I found inspiring. The answer is quite simple. I didn't want to let him down. And that's what inspiring leaders bring to the table through their actions, humility, and empathy towards those that they lead. They inspire everyone to be the best version of themselves. That version is usually something that would be disappointed if anything less than success is achieved for the greater good of the organization. Do you respond well when you're berated in front of your peers and when things don't just go just right? How about being belittled because your work wasn't up to the standard that your boss thought was appropriate? These are the techniques leaders who do not know how to lead and are just trying to make up for their shortcomings. In this book, Louis is trying to pass on some of those time-tested techniques of great leadership and make you and your organization more successful. As you read this book, ask yourself what you would do in each of those situations. Hopefully you have someone that you can turn to as a mentor to ask for guidance along the way. I self-reflect almost on a daily basis to ensure that I'm doing the best I can for those that I lead. I take time in the morning to think about my day and put positive energy into being the best version of myself. As you read this book, think about that. What have you done today to make yourself, your organization, and those around you better?
Motherfucking boom. I love that. That should be like a keynote speech, a TED Talk, everything.